A lot of people think Google's just a search box and Facebook's just a place to see what my friends are doing. What they don't realize is there's entire teams of engineers whose job is to use your psychology against you.
Hi everyone, my name is Tatiana, and this is quite an unusual video for my channel because usually I talk about tech, about analytics, data science, etc. But today I'm going to react to a new video by Netflix. This is documentary film and it's named Social Dilemma. In overall, this film states that there are some negative changes that happen because of social media. And these changes are not relevant only to individuals but to humanity overall. So first of all, from a business point of view, social media has a main focus to attract users and to have a good retention of these users, meaning that people go to this application, use it for a long period of time, spend as much time as it's possible. So time spent in applications are main metric for this social media. And it is obvious that why it's of a high interest for such companies, because the longer users use this application, the more advertisements you can show to this user.
Everything they're doing online is being watched, is being tracked. Every single action you take is carefully monitored and recorded.
The companies collect data about users, process this data, build models based on this data, and identify what are users of these companies, how to be friendly for these users, how to put relevant content for these users, etc. I guess now you can remember how you were planning to see something on your phone, to see exactly something, for example, to check time of your flight, and you open your smartphone, you see some notifications, and you start to just walk through this notification from one social media to another social media, and somewhere there you see some new videos on YouTube that are recommended for you, for example, and that's it. You spend additional extra time on nothing that you were not planned to do. And actually this wasting of time can lead to formulating of new habits. For example, you start to spend less time with your relatives, with your lovers, and spend more time in application. So you switch from real life to online life. While it's not a very good change, there is other possible things that could happen. For example, this usage of social media can lead to depression.
A whole generation is more anxious, more depressed.
To be honest, I don't understand this point about depression and anxiety, because it is based on comparison yourself with somebody else, but you can compare yourself in other dimensions, for example, in magazines and in movies, etc. So, of course, in social media you can get negative responses about your pictures, about your posts and text you generate, but you just receive less amount of responses in a life without social media. By the way, in this film production, a lot of former workers of social media companies participated.
The co-inventor of the Facebook like button.
I was the president of Pinterest,
Google, Twitter, Instagram.
What I have already spoken about was nothing in comparison to what I will say next.
I always felt like fundamentally it was a force for good. I don't know if I feel that way now.
Fake news spreads 6 times faster than true news.
Wow, what's a big difference. I hope that they conducted a research of a good quality. It was mentioned in the film that there is no way to identify fake news among all news. And it seems quite ridiculous, because This is just simple classification problem. You need to identify some class in comparison to other class, and probably they had some thoughts about lack of data for supervised learning. I don't know.
We have less control over who we are and what we really believe.
Guys, I haven't ever thought about influence of social media on polarization of the world in a political sense. So the more political posts are spread on social media, the more people are polarized. They're like divided into groups of particular opinions. Imagine somebody has a few pros and cons relevant to particular political force, but a little bit more pros rather than cons. And he or she starts to get more information about pros. And his or her focus is just switch to plus, and it actually in a chain reaction lead to additional information about pluses, about pros. And that's how person get to some pole against other pole. And it is a very good argument that illustrates how social media can actually change our life, our lifestyles, and actually change our personality.
If you want to control the population of your country, there has never been a tool as effective as Facebook.
You know what? This video was recommended to me by Netflix. It was recommended to me when I just switched Netflix on and I was going to have some TV series, and bam, there was a trailer. And this trailer had so many details that were so relevant to me, and I just decided to watch this documentary instead of watching TV series. Because in Netflix, when you open its application, you immediately start to watch some trailer that are recommended to you. And wow, this is just a case that shows how recommendation system works. This documentary was filmed by Netflix, and in this documentary film, Netflix have such presentation that this company is quite differs a lot from the social media companies. Of course, Netflix is not social media, but Netflix, as well as these companies, uses smart algorithms to recommend people good videos. And of course, this company also targets time spent by users. I think it's a bit unfair from the side of Netflix. If you are already scared by things that I have told you in this video, please feel calm, because in the end of this documentary you will get some extra positive moments about social media, about some possible potential good changes in our lives. You should understand one thing, that all statements that were translated in this documentary were translated from the point of former workers. It means that these people quitted their jobs in social media companies, and they have polar opinion about this social media. And there are many more people who continue to work in social media, who believe in their beautiful and nice future, and there is no statements of these people in this documentary. I would like to also add that I don't usually watch documentaries, but I highly recommend to watch this one because you should know other side of this coin.
Technology creates mass chaos, loneliness, more polarization, more election hacking.
Thank you very much for watching the entire video. I hope that you will watch Social Dilemma, at least for getting food for thought. Subscribe to this channel to get additional information about data science, data analytics, and stuff like this. I will appreciate if you like this video. Please push like button. See you in next videos.